Another episode of the Kold Steel Show. All right, I think I'm good, guys. I think everything's good. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. So this episode's going to be a wash. Now I see some meter movement. Technical difficulties, says Metallic Freak. Guys, let me know if you can hear me now. I am having OBS issues. No, Drew says the sound is clear. It actually was not muted. Let me tell you guys briefly what happened here. So to start things off, when I loaded up OBS and I did my intro, which you guys, I hope, heard. I don't know if there was any sound for that either. But, yeah, I could not hear anything. So I have to, when I get off here, which is probably going to be 30 minutes or so from now, and it kind of pisses me off that this just happened. OBS is one of those softwares that it doesn't always start the way it should, the way you left it. So I got to now figure out what the hell is going on with this, especially because we're doing the watch party tomorrow. But I was saying, which you guys could not hear, is first and foremost, good Saturday afternoon to everybody in chat. I hope everybody's feeling good and well. I feel pretty damn good myself in comparison to what I was feeling last week. Let's see. First of all, let's see. We got no Drews. We got Leedy in the building. JG Black. Of course, we got the Fiend. We got Outside Steelers fan, Pitman, Metallic Freak, if I didn't already say that. Aiden Too Cool. We got Steeler Lee in the building. He says, what's up, bro? What is going on, man? I'm feeling good. We're going to get into some topics here. Man, it really pisses me off that I don't know if it's OBS or if it's the Roadcaster. In fact, I had to revert back to the old system to get everything working for whatever reason. But yeah, we're going to be talking about Mike Tomlin. I'll give you guys my thoughts because I'm kind of 50-50 with the whole idea of should the Steelers fire Mike Tomlin. We're going to get into some news right now. And of course, we'll break down the Ravens-Steelers game that is going down tomorrow at 4:15, I believe. But I want to see how everybody in chat's doing before we get into anything. So you guys can fire off already. Real Tree, what is going on? Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Since this is your first, I'm pretty sure that's hilarious how this started. It's not normally how it goes. Steelers Freak says, I am Kold Steel by far. Or by fly. Barfly. Okay. Jesus. Donovan says, I can't wait for tomorrow's game. TJ got cleared to play. And you know what? That's a good transition. Let's get into it. Let's get into the news. And of course, this isn't working either. So give me a second to fix this bullshit. Holy hell, man. Am I a professional or what? God damn. Seriously, man, if anybody in chat knows better software than OBS, let me, I don't care how much it costs. Let me know. My God, I had everything set up an hour and a half ago and everything went to shit. Fucking A, man. Anyways, TJ Watt has been cleared from the COVID reserve list as of Saturday morning, which means he will be playing tomorrow. He will be playing tomorrow, which is a positive thing for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Me personally, I don't feel like he showed up in the last game against the Bengals. So whether or not he has any sort of impact against the Baltimore Ravens, I don't know. I understand TJ Watt's been having a great year, but when you look at what he did last week, which was absolutely nothing outside of, I think, maybe 2 tackles, it's hard to really get hype about a guy coming back, especially if he's dealing with an injury, which has been the rumor. That has been the rumor. So, but TJ Watt is back, and I have to assume that is better than him not playing. I'll give you that. Yeah, Lady says nobody showed up against the Bengals. That's actually true. Nobody showed up against the Bengals, and I really don't want to keep, talking about that game, but it's a little hard to get hype for the Ravens game. In fact, let's go ahead and switch over to this now. Give you guys the full injury report before we talk about it. We'll save the Tomlin discussion for last. Robert Spillane is out, ladies and gentlemen. Robert Spillane is out of this game, which means we will have to deal with Devin Bush and his, here's a word I don't use often, his consistency in no effort. I saw some people defending him this week, including former players, specifically Williams, defending Devin Bush and his non-existent effort on the field. Anyone with a brain and eyeballs can see that Devin Bush has no heart on the field. I don't know if there's a nice way to put that. And honestly, I'd like to see anybody in chat right now that disagrees with that statement, because I don't think I'm going to see one person disagree with me there. Outside Steeler fan says we need to bench him. Well, that's the problem. That is the problem when you got Robert Spillane injured, which he was last week, and he's going to be out tomorrow. Ruled out. Joe Haig is also going to be out tomorrow, and I don't think anyone gives a shit about that. Joe Hayden being out, that's not going to help us. He's still dealing with a foot injury. And then Isaiah Buggs. As if our fronts on the defense isn't already crap. Isaiah Buggs is going to be out as well. So that's the outs for the Pittsburgh Steelers. As far as the Baltimore Ravens go, let's see. Patrick Queen, their linebacker, is out, or questionable, actually. Questionable. Never mind. In fact, everybody on that list is questionable. And I'll pull that up here again so you guys can see what I'm referring to. There's the list for the Baltimore Ravens. Patrick Queen being the most notable, in my opinion. Now, let's talk about what the Steelers need to do to beat the Baltimore Ravens. Because believe it or not, there is a way. But for us to figure out how the Steelers can beat the Ravens, we need to tell you how the Ravens can beat the Steelers. It's really that simple. This team, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I don't think there's anybody in chat that doesn't know this already. We are absolutely terrible at stopping the run. So if the Baltimore Ravens want to beat the Pittsburgh Steelers, all they are going to have to do is come into this game with a running plan. Whether it's rushing the ball on the ground or with their quarterback who, funny enough, plays just as good as a running back. Now, as far as his passing game, the Steelers are going to have to deal with one of the best tight ends in the league, in Andrews, which has not been one of our strongest suits in 2021. And as far as defense goes for the Steelers, overall, if you can't stop the run and you can't stop some deep passes down the field, then you are going to have a bad day. And in this case, for the season, the Steelers are going to have a bad year, and I don't see or have any faith in tomorrow, at least from a defensive standpoint. Offensively, the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to have to get back to running the ball, which means you cannot abandon the run game if the Baltimore Ravens get up on us, which is what we did last week. Down by 10 points. Oh, we got to stop running the ball. Let's give Ben the keys to the city and let him take control of the game, which is exactly what happened. And I think we all saw the outcome of that. You have Ben Roethlisberger in what should be his last season in the league, and you're trying to have him throw the ball as if this is 2013, 14, 15, whatever. When you go out and draft a guy like Najee Harris in the first round, and he got less than 15 carries last week, that is absolutely disastrous. And I think that showed. If I'm being honest, I think that showed greatly. Steel Cannon, what is going on? He says, what's up? Steel Cannon also says, we are going to see Buddy Johnson tomorrow, man. So there you go. Buddy Johnson is going to get some playing time. Whether or not that means anything, I don't know. I don't know. Real Tree says Lamar threw 4 picks against the Browns and still won. I don't see this defense picking him off 4 times. No, they haven't done a good job at that at all season. Not even against the Lions. Not even against the Lions. Which is funny. It's not funny, but it's funny. If that makes any sense. Let's look at some stats here, man. I think this is interesting. As much as I give Ben Roethlisberger shit, him and Lamar Jackson really are not that different in statistics. Which, as you guys all know, statistics don't always tell the full story. We know that. But when you look at yardage, there's 100 yards between the two quarterbacks. Jackson having 1 more touchdown in the air than Ben. Ben having 6 less interceptions. And damn near almost the same attempts. Of course, I would say, I think I'm not a math magician, but I would say that Jackson has the edge here. I think Jackson has a slight edge at quarterback here. But the two differences, or the one difference, biggest difference between the two quarterbacks is Lamar is able to get outside the pocket, which is going to prove to be a problem for this team because we can already not stop the run. So again, it's very easy to figure out what the Steelers need to do. They need to stop the run. They're going to have to find ways to stop Lamar. I don't think they're going to be able to do it. Even on their best day, I don't see how they could do it. Completely. Lamar, when it comes to running the ball and scrambling out of the pocket, that is his thing. That's what he does. And that's what this team, which has been one of the worst, if not the worst, at stopping the run, that is what this team is going to have to deal with tomorrow. In addition to them being able to throw the ball down the field, and they will be having Hollywood Brown back, in addition to Andrews, which is the Baltimore Ravens tight end. The Fiend says you got to put a spy on Jackson. The question I ask you and everyone in chat, though, who the hell would you have spy on Jackson? And then when you do put a linebacker in the spy, who's going to cover Andrews? Who's going to cover Hollywood Brown on the outside? These are the things that I'm wondering, what are the Steelers going to do to make those adjustments going into tomorrow? Is TJ Watt going to show up, or is he going to do what he did last week and in the playoffs last season? I don't know. Is anyone on this team, on this roster, going to show up against the Baltimore Ravens tomorrow? Or is this going to be the same old shit we've been seeing all season? Because if it's not obvious how important this game is for this team and every game going forward, a loss tomorrow will easily put to bed all the shit people have been saying outside of my camp about the Pittsburgh Steelers. For those who are holding on to whatever string is left of hope of the Steelers getting in the playoffs, that'll probably be burned to the ground tomorrow. So, Pitman says Jackson can move for sure. Yeah, I think everyone knows that. Everyone knows what Jackson can do on the ground. In fact, let's go ahead. Let's look at Lamar Jackson's stats on the season. Let's actually pull up his profile here. Again, passing yards, 2,612, 15 touchdowns. He has one more than Ben. Where is... I hate ESPN. I really do. Show me his rushing yards, please. For the love of God. Am I not going to be able to find this? Really? Henderson, what's going on? He says, Cold, what is up? Here we go. Do we actually start Witherspoon finally over Pierre? I do think that is going to be the plan. I really do. And I would be welcome to that. Here we go. Rushing yards. He has a total of 700. I don't know if this is this is the total. 707 yards. 707 yards on the ground as a quarterback. And I'm pointing this out not because I'm a fanboy of Lamar. In fact, I don't even like Lamar Jackson as a player. I don't. I'm not into those kind of quarterbacks. The kind of scrambling guys. I like the pocket passers, man. That's the kind of quarterbacks I like. Personally, it just feels like football, you know? But 707 yards on the ground. And I have to point that out because one of our biggest weaknesses of the year has been stopping the run. So if they're able to not only run the ball effectively on us with their actual running back, what are they going to do with this guy? I mean, this just spells disaster for this team. Michael, what's going on, man? Shout out to Michael. He says, hit that like. Definitely hit the like button. Oh, God damn it, man. I'm getting off topic here, but I have to let you guys know. I made a change to the memberships. I'm going to be making a proper video for it. But as of, I believe it was Wednesday, there's now two separate types of memberships on the channel. If you pay $4.99, you're going to get the emojis for the chat icon next to your name. But in addition to that, you'll get exclusive videos, which there's already some content up for you guys now. In fact, I did a video on Claypool and the whole music thing. 20 minutes almost, damn near. And the only people who can watch that video is people who subscribe to the membership. But also, and this is great for those who do the watch parties, if you want access to the emojis and the icon next to your name only, it's 99 cents, man. 99 cents. There's a join button below. You can hit that button and join. It's only $1 a month. It's all you need. So if you want to support the channel, that's a new way to do it. All right, back to the game. Let's get back to the Ravens talk, man. Oh, fucking A. This is getting hard to do. It really is. Steel Cannon says Najee has 708 yards. That's actually kind of crazy. So Najee Harris has one more yard than Lamar Jackson. Let that seep in for a minute. Steelers Freak says someone pointed out that Ben was the bridge quarterback this year. Ben is the Steelers' Cam Newton. That's a good reference, actually. I actually like that. That's a good reference. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right, man. And maybe the Steelers get Kenny Pickett, man. I don't know if you guys are watching the game tonight. I was actually thinking about streaming it. So if you guys would like me to stream the Pittsburgh Panthers game tonight, let me know. Because I will definitely do so. And Facebook, I don't care about notifications. Please get the fuck off my computer. Thank you. Jesus Christ. Man, I feel like this podcast was not supposed to happen today. I swear to God. Everything's against me. But no, I'm thinking about doing a stream tonight. I just don't know if you guys would be interested in an extra watch party this week. So if you guys, in fact, I'll put a poll up here shortly and you guys can vote on that and we'll go from there. All right, Facebook, seriously, what the fuck? Fuck off. Why is this all of a sudden showing up on here? Windows, man, I swear. I'm so close to moving to Mac. I really am. Michael says, going to the pot shop. Catch you later, man. Hey, take it easy, bro. Take it easy. Fiend says, stream it. I've already seen a few people in here telling me to stream this, so I might consider it. Might consider it. So that's really all there is in regards to Steelers Ravens. I don't really feel like there's much else to talk about in regards to what the Steelers need to do. It's pretty fucking easy. And again, I feel like a fucking broken record every week with the shit. Knock Andrew says, Raider fan here. Love your videos. Hey, I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. You've been here for a few weeks now, I think. If I'm not mistaken. Steel Cannon says Jackson ain't a running back, though. I know. Isn't that's the scary part, bro, is he's not a fucking running back. He's not a running back and has that many yards on the ground. It's a little worrisome. It's a little worrisome, man. Henderson says, if there's one thing you wanted to see tomorrow, Cold, what would you want to see done? Man, that's tough because I think part of me would say I want to see this defense actually stop the run. Or on the flip side of that, I like to see the Steelers actually run the ball effectively. Which means, you know, run the ball more than 20, get more than 20 attempts on the ground. You got to have more than 20 on the ground for Harris to get enough time to be successful in that area. Control the clock. Don't have Ben out there forcing throws. And you know what? That's another discussion. I think I'm going to do that for KSN members, a private video for you guys, talking about whether or not it's Ben's fault or the receivers in regards to the struggles. I think that's what I'm going to do. Pitman says stream it. All right, man. I'm seeing a lot of stream it. Let's see if let's end this poll because it's almost damn near split with no winning. 54% said no to should the Steelers fire Mike Tomlin. Actually, 55% now. and 44% said yes. And that was based on 36 different votes. So it's kind of split here in regards to should the Steelers fire Mike Tomlin. Now, let me give you guys my thoughts. And I actually tweeted about it this week. Should the Pittsburgh Steelers fire Mike Tomlin? The easy answer for me is no. And here's why. In addition to having, which everyone brings up, a winning record. My question I always ask when I see people in this discussion is, who do you replace Mike Tomlin with? Give me a name. Show me somebody's resume that says they are going to be successful at following up Mike Tomlin. Because it doesn't make any sense to me. Fire Mike Tomlin after 1 year where we're likely going to be missing the playoffs here and not having a winning record. I don't know about that. What I will say is Mike Tomlin needs to step it up. And I think it's time to put his feet to the fire a little bit, so to speak. Meaning he's got to get control of this locker room. He's lost control years ago. And I honestly feel like Rooney needs to be more involved with the team. I could be wrong. I don't know that for sure. But just my assumption, he needs to come down to Tomlin and say, look, these things need to change. He came out last year and said the Steelers need to run the ball a lot better. Oh, my God. Somebody said Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett, man. No, listen, Pitt fan, I'm sick of Tomlin, too, in the sense of he's got to make some changes because we've had too many seasons that ended when they shouldn't have. Too many seasons ended without, like, a fucking legit run in the playoffs, man. Too many. Drew says, I wish the Steelers to play with heart and some damn pride. Not that shit we saw last week with the Bengals. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. And Tomlin he's definitely a part of that. Like, outside of his play calling, just some of the decision making has been pretty rough. No, Tree. I know you were definitely joking, bro. That's why I laughed about it. Jason Garrett. I want Garrett nowhere near Pittsburgh, he says. Yeah, lady, man, that's what it really is. He needs to be more disciplined, and he needs to get control of that locker room. You can't have guys saying stupid shit like we need music at practice. Or if you guys remember years ago where Harrison, literally came out and said that he would not even watch game film. He would fall asleep in the room. This guy has no control over the locker room at all. At all. The only issue I have with this whole Mike Tomlin discussion is outside of, I'm going to just put away the whole winning record shit. I'll put that aside. I'll give you guys that. So who do you replace him with? That's the thing that keeps me from saying fire Mike Tomlin. I'm not saying Mike Tomlin should not be under fire, meaning he needs to be pressured. He needs to wake the fuck up. That part I definitely agree with. I don't know who you replace him with. The Fiend says that was the joke. We don't need music at practice. Sure, put music on, but I don't see how music is going to change anything, honestly. I don't see how putting some beats and music on is going to get you up in the morning. And I've said this many times, bros, and gals. If you need music to get yourself up in the morning, to get going, to wake up on Sunday, to make an impact on the field, that is pathetic. Playing the game alone to win should be enough to drive you in practice. There's just so many issues with this team, and it's been brewing for many, many years. And myself and others that are on this platform and even on social media have been telling you guys this shit for years. And now it's starting to boil over, and those who have their eyes closed are starting to get hit by the flame. And they're starting to open their eyes a little bit. And for those who continue to have their eyes closed about these situations, are soon going to have no choice but to open their eyes. And that's really all there is to it, man. Jay Underrated says Aaron Rodgers for sure. I would not mind seeing Aaron Rodgers on this team next season. But I also would not mind seeing Kenny Pickett, who I think is going to be one of the best quarterbacks in this draft. So, yeah, man. Dallas says, I don't see the Steelers taking a rookie next season. Round 1 will be a tackle. No, I think you could be right, though. I have to separate my wants from like what reality is. The reality is Mike Tomlin has already came out and expressed, and there's not 100% proof of this, but I'm just assuming because he hasn't denied it either. He's going to want a veteran presence at quarterback next season. Whether that's, unfortunately, Mason Rudolph, who I don't think's terrible, but again, I feel like he's just either slightly worse or slightly better than Ben at this stage of his career. Not Ben in his prime. I need to keep saying that shit because I know somebody's going to fucking take it out of context. Mason is a slightly worse or slightly better, depending on the day, 2021 Ben Roethlisberger, which is not going to give us a solution to this problem we have at quarterback. And the main reason I say that is because Mason Rudolph doesn't have confidence. That's one thing I can tell you with pride. He does not have confidence. And that's what hurts him. Does he make some confident throws every once in a blue moon? Yes. But I've noticed when he gets pressured, those feet start dancing, he makes mistakes. Or his passes, the accuracy just goes right out the window. But if you're asking me as a fan, somebody, just out of the blue, if you just ask me, who do I want the Steelers to put at quarterback next season? I want to say Kenny Pickett. I really do. And I understand that throwing a quarterback into the starting position is not always the best thing, but I don't think the Steelers really have much of a fucking choice, honestly. And do any of you guys really think getting Aaron Rodgers is realistic? Like, is that something the Steelers are actually going to be able to do in the offseason? Is Aaron Rodgers even going to want to come to Pittsburgh? I mean, despite the fact that he's toyed around with it, he's been making jokes about it all year. Remove that out of the element. Do you see this guy coming to Pittsburgh realistically, though? I don't know. I'm being honest. Mason Rudolph could legitimately be our quarterback next year, and that's scary. That is some scary stuff. Leedy says, I'm not asking for a superstar quarterback. I just want a quarterback that will do his job, move around, and even scramble at times. And that's the kind of guy Kenny Pickett is going to be. He's going to be a rookie, so obviously he's going to make mistakes. But I think he's young enough to get outside the pocket when necessary and make throws. So that's the pick that I would go with there. But yeah, I could see them going offensive line as well. I mean, that is definitely at the top of the list, for sure. Dallas brings up another great point. And this is why I like having you guys in the chat bouncing ideas, man. We have to be aggressive in free agency, which we have never really been. We've never been very aggressive. And I think this will be a good year for free agency. And we're definitely going to have streams where we talk about that as well. And honestly, as far as the line goes, I mean, that's something they could fix with free agency, honestly. That's something they could definitely address with free agency. It doesn't all have to be through the draft. And we're definitely going to have cap space to play with this season. In fact, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm one of those people, and you guys know this, those who watch week in and week out. I've kind of written this season off already. Not in the sense of, I've given up on the... No, listen. From a realistic standpoint, I don't see us making the playoffs. So the way I'm going to treat the rest of this year, I'm going to watch every single game. I'm going to stream every single game. But I'm watching to see what individuals do on this team now. It's no longer about just the entire team. I'm looking at what guys are doing for next season. What kind of momentum are they going with into 2022? That's where I'm at now. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but that's where I'm at mentally with the team. Leedy says we need Ben to retire. Therefore, we'll have so much more freedom. I always appreciate Ben, but he's holding us hostage. A lot of people are saying that. Dallas says, would signing a starting center help us or hurt Green? I think it would help both. Because I truly feel like Green should move to the guard position. And I honestly feel like he would prosper there. Especially with the experience that he's gained this season at center. I think moving him to left, right guard would be very good for us. And good for his career. Because center is just not his thing, in my opinion, man. Don't get me wrong. I mean, he's held his own in certain games, certain situations. But overall, I think we could definitely find someone better at that position. All right, so we talked about Watt. We talked about the injury report. We talked about Mike Tomlin. I gave you guys my thoughts. We broke down the game, of course, for tomorrow, the game plan, what the Steelers need to do to win, which again goes to basically what the Ravens have to do to win. The Steelers have to stop the run. They need to not only stop the run, but they're going to have to stop the pass as well, because even though Lamar Jackson isn't the greatest passer in regards to accuracy, we saw he threw 4 picks last week, he's still able to get it to Andrews. And man, I don't know if it's just me. These last few years, the Steelers has struggled in the middle of the field on the defense, man. Just like that thing's always open. And that's where Andrews is going to attack massively. But yeah, we definitely covered everything that I really wanted to get out. Definitely. In fact, it looks like about 20 or so minutes into this stream. There's not much to really talk about, guys. Very short week on the news. I mean, anything that's meaningful, there's been so much shit that's been coming out. You know, we had Ben Roethlisberger. I think he talked to the media, or he had some sort of interview the other day. And he was, in my opinion, it looked like he was throwing a lot of his teammates under the bus, but maybe that's something that I upload for KSN members. So you guys can look forward to some of that content for those who are subscribed to the KSN membership. Dallas says Zach Banner got to go, man. I agree. What is he doing for us? What is he doing for us? What is Zach Banner doing for the Pittsburgh Steelers outside of getting on the Moat show every week? Just being honest, man. What is he doing? I don't know. I think he probably was put in the game once last week, if I'm not mistaken. I don't understand it, man. I don't understand it at all. I really don't. Bray says he's collecting a paycheck. I mean, I guess that's what he's doing at this point. Should have been back at the beginning of the season. That's when he was projected to do so. And I have to believe that's what the team thought as well. I'm pretty sure that's what the team thought as well. Otherwise, I honestly feel like they would have addressed that issue before it became an issue. If you get what I'm saying. I don't think the Steelers purposely allowed that to happen, man. They were under an impression that this guy was going to be playing. And that wasn't the case. And I honestly don't even think the Steelers thought Tuitt was going to miss time or Williams was going to retire. So many things happen, and there's so much, again, where there's smoke, there's fire. Where there is smoke, there is fire. Steeler Lee says we really missed Tuitt, man. I have to try to be respectful in regards to Tuitt, but I got to say, and I'm going to be completely brutal here. If we, as people, as human beings in the real world that we work in. And guys, please don't take this as disrespect, because Steel Twins, if they were in the chat, they would tell you this as well. 2018, I lost 2 uncles in the same week. Uncles that I was very close to. One of them responsible for the reason I am a Steelers fan. Somebody I spoke to on a almost day-to-day basis, honestly. Lost them both in the same week. One because one of them was from medical, the other was from an accident. Same week. But the day of my uncle's funeral, I was doing work for a artist in the hip hop industry. What I'm trying to say is it didn't stop me from doing what I had to do to put money on the table and to continue to build whatever business or brand I was working on at the time. And if any of you had lost somebody in your life, which I'm sure most of you have, your job would not allow you to be away for this long. Point being is this whole Tuitt situation is getting dragged out now. And I don't know where he stands with this team going into next season. I really don't. And that's just me being brutally honest about it, because every week I keep saying, and I don't know if you guys remember, but he's one of my favorite defensive players on the team, especially last season. And he's dealt with injuries and stuff like that in the past. But it's just like, if you're not here to play, obviously him being gone is hurting this team dramatically. We see that. And now Isaiah Buggs is going to miss time this week. I mean, my God, man. My goodness. Pitman says, Kold, maybe you should play some music. Well, apparently the music's not fucking working. As you guys saw at the beginning of the stream, nothing's working. I don't know about, I don't know if we trade to it or even release him for that matter. For me, it's frustrating as a person, because I've dealt with something like that in the past. Twice in 1 week, which to this day still affects me, believe it or not. And I'm not really going to dive into that at all, but it's just like, come on, man. Not only does this team need you, but you gotta play with some heart, bro. You should have came into the season playing for your brother. Play for your brother. But I mean, to each its own. I guess everyone deals with loss in a different way. Maybe that's how I should be looking at it. It's just frustrating. When I see one of the biggest issues is us stopping the run, Tuitt's absence is responsible for that. And coming into the season, the Steelers didn't address that because they had no clue this would last this long. I mean, coming into this season, it felt a little bit promising, even with the difficult schedule that we had on our table. And I'm not trying to make excuses. It's just I'm pointing out factual stuff here. In addition to all the injuries that this team has suffered as well. But of course, injuries, players retiring, not playing because of whatever fucking reason, that isn't the full story. And it doesn't exclude the fact that Ben Roethlisberger in 2021 is not the same guy that he was in the past. And we have coaching issues as well. Those things are not overlooked. In fact, they should be at the forefront of everything. Steel Release says, I don't see them cutting or trading him because of the optics, but I could see them letting his contract run out quietly. Honestly, I think that definitely could be the situation right there. That could definitely be the situation. Steel Cannon says, we're actually confident that he'll play. Or that was Leedy. He said, Steel Cannon, we're actually confident that he'll play. My bad. Pitman said, oh man, Stephon Tuitt is too soft and a crybaby. I mean, I won't go there. I'm just saying I've just from my own personal experience, I've been in a situation like that. And yes, I was down. I mean, who wouldn't be? Losing somebody that you care about, somebody that you're close to, somebody that practically at one point in your life raised you, which is the situation for me personally. to lose somebody in that manner at that, like it wasn't a health problem. It was just out of the blue. A freak accident. But did I say to myself, man, I'm just going to shut down. I'm not going to do anything. No. In fact, he's also responsible for what I do as a living. Because believe it or not, this YouTube shit is not my income. I do this because I love the Steelers and I talk about the Steelers 24/7. So I might as well do it as a channel. Why not? That's the truth. That's the actual truth there. But back then, this was 2018. I told myself, he got me into this. He's the reason why I'm doing this. I think he would be proud of me if I went out and did what I had to do to not only provide for my family, but make an impact. And that's what I did, man. I held my own. Was it easy to do that? No. But in the process of doing that, I actually did feel better. For just a brief moment in the time of me working, it kind of distracted me from everything that was going on. And sometimes that's what you need in life. And again, I understand. I get it, man. People will tell you all the time that people deal with loss in their own way. But in this situation, I have to ask, how many of you out there believe, honestly, your job would allow you to take off for like 6 months from work? You guys would all be fired at that point. In fact, this is wild, man. The last conversation I had with my uncle before he was in that accident, that car accident. At the time, my uncle had passed away. I believe it was like on a Monday night. He had a heart attack. Okay. Why or how he had this heart attack, and I've never talked about this on the channel. So, man, he had a heart attack, and my uncle was stressed out because his job was not allowing him to take off to grieve for his brother. Long story short, that was the last conversation I had with him. So, and the point I'm trying to make here is, even back then, I mean, his situation, he lost his brother and his job was already saying, look, you got to get back to work. And he only took off like 3 days. So I ask anybody that's a normal person that has a 9 to 5, would you be allowed to take off 6 fucking months without being fired? Maybe you would. I don't know. But it's just like, come on, bro. You gotta play for something. And God damn it, this team needs you. The fan base needs you. Maybe that's selfish. I don't know. Maybe I'm being selfish. I'm sure somebody probably feels that way. But I don't know. I'm just different, man. I don't know. Steel Cannon says Claypool lost his sister and he's playing for her. Well, there you go. I actually did not know that. So there you go. This whole Tua situation just it's being dragged out. Every week I come on here, people ask, is Tua playing? Is Tua going to come back? Is Tua playing? And I always have the same reaction. And these last few weeks, I've been saying to myself, I feel like I'm making a fucking excuse for this guy every week. Is Tua coming back? Probably not. And I have no clue what's going on. Pitman says everybody dies. You can't grieve forever. That's true. That is this. It's not that you don't have heart or feelings or a heart, anything like that. But it's the truth, bro. We're all going to die. I'm going to die. Every single person in this chat right now is going to die. And we have to live with that. And the people that we leave behind are going to have to deal with that as well. But the one thing you can't do is stop, because even though you stop as a person, this world around us, outside my window right now, everything's moving. And if you stop, you're going to be left behind. And nobody wants to be left behind, man. And life is too fucking short to be sitting around moping all day. That's just the truth. It's just the truth, man. You can't sit around moping all day. Otherwise, you'll never get over anything. You'll never live your life. But, man, I didn't think they I didn't know episode 5 was going to get this deep, but here we are, man. Here we are. We definitely been streaming for more than 30 minutes now. So I'm going to get ready to close this out, but I want to open up the chat. You guys just start firing off anything you want to ask me right now. I'll try to answer everybody's questions. Super chats are open, not necessary to do so. Should I, hold on a minute. The pit game. I'm going to put out a poll. You guys can vote in the chat. Do you guys want to see me stream the pit game tonight? I wasn't going to. I was just going to watch it here, but Bray says, yeah, I'm going to die and I want to see one Super Bowl win before the Lord takes me, man. I saw 2. Well, technically 4, but I saw us win 2 and lose 2. So I guess I'm kind of spoiled, man. If I'm being honest, I'm kind of spoiled, man. I saw 4 Super Bowls with the Steelers in it. 2 of them were losses, the Cowboys, the Packers. Oh, man, somebody already voted no. Somebody voted no, but we have 90% saying yes. That's 9 out of 10 votes. Which means right now, we got another one. Another no says, do not stream the pit game tonight. 14 votes. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it. We're going to be calling it a day here soon. Steel Cannon thinks Deontay Johnson is the number 1. That's another conversation we could definitely have. That is something we can definitely have. Is he a true number 1? Seems like a lot of you guys agree with that too. Yeah, Steeler Lee says definitely going to watch the pit game to see more of Kenny Pickett. That's another reason I'm going to be tuning in. Plus, it's a championship game. Like, come on. One thing I didn't tell you guys is prior to the season, I talked to the Twins about it when we were in Pittsburgh. I was actually thinking about starting streams every week for the pit games, but I just chose not to do it in the long run. Mad513 says, have we looked into any of the top draft picks yet? We have not, and I think we're going to start introducing that to the channel in a few weeks. Even with the season continuing, depending on how things continue to go, we might start diving into those topics, man. It's going to be a long off season. I'm going to try to find ways to bring content to the channel. I hope you guys don't just abandon the channel when the summer comes around. I know people are going to get out more. I will be. I'm already tired of winter. Winter didn't even really start yet. I'm already sick of this cold shit, man. Everybody in the fucking house has been getting sick. Well, 21 votes. I think I'm confident in saying I'm just going to stream the pit game tonight. I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be fun. So there you go. I'm just going to end this poll now. 22 votes have said yes to streaming the pit game tonight, the championship game. Mad513 says, hopefully we can get a collab stream when talking about picks. We can definitely do that, man. 100%. Steelers fans only, bro. Jay underrated says the Georgia versus Alabama game is going to be a good game. There's going to be a lot of good games. Lots of good games. That pit game is going to be at 8 o'clock tonight, so I'll probably go live 15 minutes before kickoff. In fact, let me pull this up for you guys. Where is it at? Where is it at? There we go. There we go. There's the countdown. We are 6 hours and 34 minutes away from kickoff. You guys have decided that you want to see me stream this tonight. I'm excited about it. Of course, a few people said no, which, come on, man. You don't like the Panthers, bro? You know what? How many of you in chat are actually overall Pittsburgh fans? I honestly didn't think that was a rare thing, man. Because you got Steelers fans, but they're not fans of the Penguins or the Pirates. Like, they'll be I don't know, Bruins fans and stuff like that. Like, how many of you are actually just overall Pittsburgh sports fans? Maybe that should be another poll we put up. I know I cannot be the only person, right? I cannot be the only Pittsburgh sports fan. Or am I? Matt says, I'm from Cincinnati. I just love football. Yeah, football is my main sport, man. That's why, as much as I love the Penguins, I noticed when I was doing the streams, it was hard for me to keep up with the game. But I love hockey. I can watch baseball. I don't know if I can watch baseball like every single game. I actually like going to the games physically more than actually watching them on TV. But at the end of the day, if I could only pick one sport, it would definitely be football. Football's been a part of my life since I was a young child, man. Outside Steeler fan says, I'm Pittsburgh through and through. There you go. So I knew I couldn't be the only person outside of Steel Maiden. Which, shout out to Steel Maiden, man. He made a great video on Mike Tomlin today as well. And if you haven't watched his video, I definitely recommend going and seeing his opinion on the whole Mike Tomlin situation. Because he made some very good points. Very good points. But there it is. So it's official. You guys will see it pop up on the channel probably within the next hour. I will be live tonight calling the Pittsburgh and Wake Forest game. Championship, ACC championship, which I believe is going to be sponsored by Subway. Eat fresh, man. I need to get a partnership with Subway. Let's get it. Let's just make it happen. Steel Twin says hashtag pick is in, man. Pickett is in. I hope that's going to be an actual thing. And I hope Pittsburgh comes away with the win tonight. I really wish it was in Pittsburgh, but it's okay. It's fine. Maybe we can see if the Steel Twins will take a break from cooking cookies to join the stream tonight. I don't know. Probably not. Steel Twins are actually in the process of baking cookies. I don't know if you guys knew this, but they are bakers in addition to being Steelers fans. You can add that to their resume. Right underneath UPS package handler. Baker. Dan the Baker. They sent me a picture of some cookies, man. I ain't gonna lie. Not the biggest sweet guy. I know I'm fat. You guys know that. In fact, let me pull up the full screen here. You guys can see I got some weight to me, but I'm not big on the sweets, man. Outside Steeler fan says, nice. I tried to bake, man. I don't cook at all. Cooking is not my thing. Yeah, Danny Baker, man. He's taking Baker Mayfield's position. Danny Baker, man. Steel Twin says many more to make. Well, there's your answer. I don't think we're seeing them tonight, guys. I don't think we're seeing them tonight. But I will be live tonight for the Pittsburgh Panthers game. You guys voted. I'm going to make it happen. I think it'll be a good time. Most of you guys can actually see what Pickett is able to do at quarterback. We could be looking at our future quarterback. You just never know. I'm really hoping they pick him. I'm being honest. Steel Twin says we won't make all day, but we'll see. All right, well, there you go. They'll keep me posted. But I am not missing a championship game with the Panthers in it, not by chance. It's just going to be interesting now because I'm going to be streaming it. So, well, that said, it is 1:30. I'm going to get on out of here, man. You guys enjoy the rest of your Saturday. I'm going to play some outro music that I'm probably not going to be able to hear. I got to figure out this OBS shit. Matt513 says, I think Danny would injure himself if he was drafted by Cleveland to take Baker's spot, man. Browns have a new sheriff. Look at that. Dan Baker, man. Danny Baker is in the building. All right, guys, you guys take it easy. I will see you guys probably 7:55 p.m. tonight, Eastern Standard Time, for the Pittsburgh Panthers game. But until then, I am out. I'll see you guys later.